going on, everybody? Cowboy C3. If you ever wanted a measuring stick on how good your football team is, particularly offensively, the Dallas Cowboys will absolutely get that test tomorrow afternoon against the Denver Broncos. It's going to be a tough one. Let's talk about it right here next on Cowboy Spit.
Here we go! Yeah, here we go! Wait, take
Cowboys
Throws back of the end zone. There's CeeDee
Going on, everybody? Cowboy C3. It's going to be a good one. This one is the Cowboy offense, the number one offense in the NFL, gets a really, really, really good test. You got shutdown corners. You got 19 sacks in the last 3 games. Denver Broncos have 19 sacks in the last 3 games. This one's going to be tough. Dallas versus Denver tomorrow, 3:25 p.m. here in Dallas at Empire Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Denver is a 3.5-point favorite. The over and under is 50.5 points. So they expect both offenses to score points, but they just don't believe that Dallas' defense can hold it out. Now, as you can see, the Denver defense is ranked 3rd in the NFL. They're giving up 1,259 total passing yards this year and only 633 yards rushing. They do not give up the run. They are stingy against the run, and they get after quarterbacks. Like I said, 19 sacks in the last 3 games. That is almost unheard of. And the Cowboys have like 3 wins in the last 10 meetings against Denver. And I think their last win was back in like 2016, something like that. Like, they don't beat Denver. Like, Denver is one of those teams that they don't beat. And the Broncos are 5-2. They have won last week against the Giants. They scored over 30 points in the fourth quarter to come out with a win. They will get on you in a hurry. They will shut your offense down. They stop the run. Patrick Surtain will shut down one side of the field, and they say that you will not get anything on this third. You're going to have to use the other 2/3, and they'll just overload the other 2/3. And that's how they play defense. Well, the Cowboys boast the number 1 offense in the league with 1,879 yards passing and 855 yards rushing. This is your classic great offense versus great defense matchup. The problem is that this dude is still on the hot seat. And he's still on the hot seat because of the defensive performance so far this season. Dallas Cowboys will give up 1,822 yards passing and 989 yards rushing. They've almost given up 1,000 yards rushing this season, and we're in week 8. This is tough. This is going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be a tough matchup for both teams. Cowboys will try to stretch the Denver Bronco defense, and the Denver Broncos will just play their regular balanced offense, run first offense, and try to give Bo Nix passes off of play action and give him wide open receivers. And Courtland Sutton quietly has had a phenomenal season. And your best corner, your best man corner, I guess if that's what you want to call him, Trayvon Diggs will be out again. Stat leaders for tomorrow: Dak Prescott with 1,881 yards rushing, 1,881 yards passing, 16 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Bo Nix, 1,556 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Javonte Williams got 592 yards rushing. J.K. Dobbins has 523. Congratulations to J.K. Dobbins, man. His career at the beginning was injury prone, torn ACLs in both knees, but he has reestablished himself in Denver, man. He is running the ball extremely well. George Pickens with 607 yards receiving. Courtland Sutton has 469 with 3 touchdowns, and George Pickens has 6. But James Houston with 3.5 sacks. Benito has 8 sacks, and I want to say he has 6 sacks in the last 3 games. They have been phenomenal rushing the quarterback. They get after the quarterback, and they don't just get after the quarterback with defensive ends. Their defensive tackles get penetration too. They are very, very tough with their front four, and they will attempt tomorrow to get pressure with just the front four. They do not blitz a lot, and they don't cause a lot of turnovers. They just play hard-nosed defense and make you punt the ball. And Dallas, for the most part this year, has been very, very good with the run pass mix and Dak Prescott getting the ball to receivers. He's gonna have to get rid of the ball quick. I'll talk about that more in the keys to victory. I think that there is a game that we've seen Dak play this year. He's going to have a game like that again in order for the Cowboys to be successful in this football game. And Kenneth Murray with 51 tackles and Singleton for the Broncos with 59 tackles. Injury reports are as follows. Denver Broncos are clean. They are coming in with their 53-man roster, man. It is here. Everybody will be available tomorrow at their disposal. And the Broncos will be at 100% when they play the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys, on the other hand, not so much. It is a long list of injuries, and it is not. It's long. Kalen Carson will be full. He's full participant in practice. He'll be ready to go. Kenny Clark will be ready to go. Marshawn Nealon's questionable. He full participant on Friday. He'll be ready to go. Mingo will be ready to go. Kenneth Murray will be ready to go. Mozzie Smith will be ready to go. Tyler Smith will be ready to go. Cooper Beebe is questionable for tomorrow. Was limited in practice all week. It would be great if we get Cooper Beebe back, but Trevor Hoffman has done a good job at the center. I'm not so sure you rush Cooper Beebe back, not in a game like this. Adonijah Cornelius is questionable. Tyler Guyton is questionable, even though they said Tyler Guyton will play tomorrow. Overshown and Ravel will not play tomorrow. Overshown, they are both in their 21-day window. They just came off of IR. Trayvon Diggs and Wanye Thomas and Donovan Wilson will all be out tomorrow. So the Cowboys will have all new safeties tomorrow, and you'll be without your cornerback again with the phantom concussion or whatever's wrong with him. Broncos lineup will look like this. Bo Nix and J.K. Dobbins, Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin, and Marvin Mims Jr. will be the wide receivers. Evan Ingram will be the tight end. And offensive line, fully healthy. They'll be ready to go. Defense, fully healthy, ready to go, with the exception of Greg Greenlaw, who just got suspended. But their defense, for the most part, will be ready to go. One of the more intriguing matchups that I think will be is who will play opposite of Patrick Surtain. And it will be Riley Moss, but who will Riley Moss? Will Patrick Surtain move around in coverage and either be on CeeDee Lamb or on George Pickens? Got to make a choice. Whoever that off-ball receiver is, or that opposite of Patrick Surtain, that receiver will get a lot of opportunities tomorrow. But I do think that the Cowboys can throw at Surtain. Both receivers, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, have both had success against Patrick Surtain. And I just think that this is a phenomenal matchup. I think that if you wanted to measure and stick on how good the Dallas Cowboy offense really is, you will get that tomorrow. Cowboys, Dak Prescott, Javonte Williams, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jalen Tolbert be in the slot. Jake Ferguson will be the tight end. Tyler Guyton is questionable, but he will go tomorrow. Cooper Beebe is off IR, so he has an opportunity to play tomorrow. Not sure that he will, but down here with the strong safety and the free safety on defense, Wanye Thomas and Donovan Wilson will both be out. So look for Elijah Clark and Marquise Bell to play the safeties. I mean, the one thing that you won't have is you won't have the enforcer and Donovan Wilson coming up to the line of scrimmage and making tackles on J.K. Dobbins. That will be absolutely necessary tomorrow, because J.K., once he gets ahead of steam, and then if they go with R.J. Harvey to back up J.K., which they will tomorrow, R.J. Harvey is an animal in his own right. They have a very, very, very good run offense. They will run the ball, and Bo Nix is sneaky athletic. He will take off running, and it's going to be a difficult matchup for the Cowboys defensively to maintain. There are some things that the Cowboy defense can absolutely do to kind of minimize this Denver offense and give the Cowboy offense an opportunity to take the field either off turnovers or off 3-and-outs and give them an opportunity to build a lead and just make them be a pass first offense. Now, being a pass first offense last week worked big dividends for him because Bo Nix absolutely caught fire. Now, I don't think that lightning can strike in a bottle twice because it is Bo Nix, Auburn Bo Nix, Oregon Bo Nix late in the season. This is the same guy. He has a uncanny ability to turn the ball over in bad situations. But for the most part this year, he's been pretty consistent. And it's going to take some rattling him around and getting him uncomfortable and making him be in situations that he's not ultimately comfortable in. But a lot of times in those situations, he will take off running. And the Cowboys historically have had very, very, very difficult times against mobile quarterbacks. Can the Cowboys win this football game? I absolutely think so. In order to keep this dude off the hot seat, this is what had to happen with the Cowboy keys to victory. Offensive keys will be establish the trenches from the jump. Again, you have to establish the trenches, and that's not offensively, but defensively. Offensively, this defensive line, this Denver defensive line, and it's like a no superstar defensive line, just guys that come bring their lunch pails and go to absolute work. You are going to have to establish that early. And the way to establish it is just to be able to run the football all game long. You need to be able to run the football in the first quarter, and you need to be able to run it in the fourth quarter. Do not get in situations where you cannot run the football, and that has to do with the defensive keys to victory. But you have to be able to run the football the entire game in order to win this. In order to win, give Dak a clean pocket to throw. They are going to be relentless in their pass rush. They are going to come after the quarterback, and they are going to do things that are going to make Dak uncomfortable. If he plays the way he played against Green Bay, slide in the pocket, step up in the pocket, give himself some passing lanes to get the ball down the field to these two dynamic wide receivers that he is in possession of this season, I think that they'll be fine. I think that they can score points on this defense. The Giants scored points on them last week. They shut down in the fourth quarter, but for 3 quarters, the Giants offense looked phenomenal. And that's without their best wide receiver, a rookie quarterback, and a rookie running back. Now, mind you, rookie running back and a rookie quarterback for the Giants, they've been playing great football. And if it wasn't for an untimely turnover last week, they probably would have beat Denver. But they have to, the Dallas Cowboys absolutely have to hold this defensive line at bay, make them start to blitz to create pressure, and give Dak some clean throwing lanes to get the ball to these receivers and get the ball to his tight end. And I think that the Cowboys would be just fine. But you have to establish your run game first. You have to. You got to win the battle in these trenches. Defensively, the linebackers must fill gaps and hit. They are going to run the football. It is going to be a Carolina running attack. And that Carolina running attack did not go well for the Cowboys. But I think it was the scheme, and I think we learned a lot from that. And once again, all signs are pointing that the Cowboys practice man defense a lot again this year, and that'll give these defensive linemen for the Cowboys an opportunity to get after Bo Nix and get some penetration to try to stop this run game. You have to make Bo Nix uncomfortable from the very beginning. He needs to be uncomfortable for 4 quarters. Don't make him uncomfortable in the second half and let him score 25 points in the first quarter in the first half. Make him uncomfortable from the very beginning and play man coverage more than zone. As long as they can do this, I believe that the Dallas Cowboys have an opportunity to win this football game. This is a very, very, very good, very well coached, very disciplined Denver Bronco football team. And the Cowboys, coming off a big win against Washington, need some sustained superior performances in order to get this season back on track the way they really want it to be. One good game is not going to put this season back on track. You need multiple good games. And this is the opportunity to get that football game. I think Dallas wins this game 24-21. I think that they control, for the most part, the Denver Bronco defense, and I just don't think that Denver can stop this offense. I don't. As long as you can run past mix against Denver, I think you'll be just fine. Now, in the fourth quarter, if you have a lead, do not back off into that soft ass zone and let Bo Nix just pick you apart. He is capable of doing that. You cannot do that. You need to put your foot on their throat early and keep it on their throat till the last whistle blows. That's how you win this football game. 24-21. I'm gonna stand by what I said. I have my reservations because I know how good Denver is. I watched them last week against the Giants on the mini screen on here. I watched that and I was the way that they came back in the fourth quarter was absolutely phenomenal. And they riding on a cloud. And everybody knows that the Cowboys are going to get the best of every team no matter who they play. That's just what it is being the star with the star on the side of your helmet. Interesting matchups for me. Dallas offensive line versus this Denver defensive line, Patrick Surtain against whoever he's covering, and the rest of that defensive secondary trying to stop Dak Prescott and these other wide receivers. And the tight end. Jake Ferguson is quietly becoming a very, very, very good tight end in the NFL. Very good. And Dak relies on him a lot. But I think that somebody like Ryan Flanoy, Jalen Tolbert, even Kevontae Turpin, they have the opportunity to tomorrow have a really big football game to kind of open this defense up, run the football, and then start getting the ball to your dynamic receivers and letting them start to do things, especially with yards after catch. Pickens has had good games against Surtain. I think in the last time they played, he only had 3 catches for like 50 yards, but he had a pass interference call. He had a touchdown call back because of offensive holding. He had success against him. So I'm not sure if he'll follow Pickens around or he'll try to follow CeeDee Lamb around or if he'll just play left corner on the defense and just stay at that left corner spot and whoever roams out there. And if that's the case, I just put the whoever it is, Pickens outside on the left, and I put CeeDee Lamb in the slot and I tear their ass up. I have a feeling that he will have to roam around tomorrow or he just gonna be on Ryan Flanoy or Jalen Tolbert all game long, and it's gonna be, your best corner won't get to cover one of the best wide receivers that the Cowboys have, and then that's just not how they'll play it. I think that he'll move around, especially if they see that they're not putting one of their best receivers on him. They'll start to move him around, and then we'll really get to play chess and see what happens. But I think the Cowboys can win this football game. I really do. And this will be the game, not the Washington game, but this will be the game that gets your season back on track. Sustained superior performance. That is the phrase of the day. And we'll see how this goes. We'll see. Like I said, I have my reservations, but I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win it just because I like underdogs and I like the Dallas Cowboys. So there you go. Cowboys versus Broncos, 3:25, CBS tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune in. Should be a pretty good football game. And then no matter what, after the game, win, lose, or tie, hopefully it ain't no more ties, we'll go live right after this. Yeah, we'll go live right after the game. Right after. Hopefully it's one of those games where I can go live real fast after the game because I'm super excited and I'm ready to go. But either way, win, lose, or draw, we'll be here. All right, y'all. Been a long day. Great football. Earlier, Texas went into another overtime game against Mississippi State. Everybody seems to be happy about the win. I'm just surprised that they've gone to overtime in the last 2 weeks against Mississippi State and Kentucky. Got Vanderbilt coming into town next week, going into Austin. That's a tough matchup. Vanderbilt is rough. And now I'm watching A&M and LSU, and it has all the makings to be a great football game as well. But anyway, Cowboys C3. I will see you guys tomorrow. Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos, 3:25. Make sure you guys tune into the football game, and then right after, come here and join me on YouTube, and we will be live right after the game for the post game, celebrating this hopeful Cowboys victory. All right, everybody, Cowboys C3. I'll see y'all soon, man.